Hey, YouTubers, radio heads, and amplifier addicts. Welcome back to the Ground Control Station. Today, we have ourselves a review of the Retevis RT99, completely controlled by a Bluetooth application, either on your phone or on your tablet. All right, so before we dive into it a little bit more, I just wanted to show this thing off. As you can tell, there's not much going on with the faceplate, okay? So everything is controlled by application, all right? Everything will be on the tablet or your phone as you're scanning channels, whether you're programming, whether you're receiving or transmit. And plus, we'll get into the application part in just a little bit. But as you can tell, it's not a very big rig. It's heavy duty though. Size of my hand. Okay. Heat sink fan on the back, SO239 connection, and hardwired, as you can tell. And this mic, heavy duty, dude. It's got a magnet on the back. You put a little sticky magnet that it comes with on your dash or maybe your desk console or something like that, and just hang it right up by a magnet. But this thing is almost, it feels like, what can I say? Well, during my stint in law enforcement, let's just say, we've always used handheld communication devices, and they're usually Motorola's. And this feels built high quality, like a Motorola mic. It's solid construction. It just, even the cord, man. It's hard to explain just in video, but that's what I can compare it to. A Motorola style microphone, okay? High quality build. It also comes with this power cord, which is basically the same stuff I use here on my test bench. Not thin at all, man. Before we go any further, let's get into the radio's specifications. And yes, this is a radio. You need an antenna. It does transmit radio waves, okay? So this is not something you just hook up to the computer and use, all right? Now, frequency range will be from 136 to 174 megahertz, and that is your VHF, okay? And 400 to 470 megahertz, and that will be your UHF. It's going to have 16 in groups of channel numbers. The max RF power for UHF is 40 watts, and your max RF power for VHF is 50 watts. Channel spacing will be wideband at 25 kilohertz and 12.5 kilohertz for your narrow band. This does support networks from 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, of course Wi-Fi, CDMA, and GSM. Supply voltage will be 13.8 volts. Of course, it's a DC radio, okay, DC powered radio. And within that 13.8 volts, even with this rig at max power, it only draws 10 amps. Awesome. Awesome, Retevis. Thank you. The antenna interface will be Sierra Lima 16, SL16. Bluetooth support for your tablet or your phone needs to be 2.0 or above. So if you got an old phone or an old tablet that does not have Bluetooth 2.0, it will not read and write data from this radio at all. Okay? What you would do is go to your Play Store or Apple Store, and you will find a search box. Then you type in BS space HT. All right? And then we install that into the phone. All right, so you'll eventually actually back out and you'll find the location map, okay? Your station could be programmed and listed on the map, and other stations and repeaters as well, depending on all the settings that you have, okay? But now we're going to get into actually pairing the device. All right, so we'll hit the 3 lines here, and we'll go to pair new device in just 1 second. You also have to have Bluetooth on, okay, guys? So what we'll do is we'll set that down. To pair your device, you're going to hit the power button twice. All right, this is showing you back and forth that it's ready to scan the device and pair to it. Pair new device, walkie-talkie, RT99, bind. And it should connect. There we go. Okay, so here's a list of repeaters that I've already programmed in. Okay, this is a Mechanicsville repeater, Lexington Park repeater, Capitol Heights repeater, Blossom Point repeater. This right here is actually channel 5 is actually emergency medical services. So this is your EMTs and fireboard. Here is a Mount Vernon, Virginia repeater that I can actually hit, and another one in Montrose, Virginia that I can hit. Okay. It's very, very easy to program. If you just hold press this, you can edit channel. You can bind network channel. So this is about as easy as it gets programming frequencies into a radio. All right. I've used, TYT, Yaesu, and all that stuff. And this app-controlled radio is just badass. So you see, you can set your receive freak. You can set your transmit freak and your CT, CSS tones. And it's all just by scrolling. Okay. You can choose your transmitter power, which is low, medium, and high. Your bandwidth, which is actually, like I told you guys before, 25 kilohertz or 12.5 kilohertz. And also, you can disable transmit. You can enable talk around and scanning. All right. Now we'll back out and I'll show you what I mean by this. Since this is an emergency channel and you're not supposed to transmit at all on an emergency channel, so you can disable TX. Okay. Which is a must. If you want to use this thing as a partial scanner for law enforcement or EMS, depending, most law enforcement now are on 800 megahertz and 900 megahertz, just like in my department. That's what we ran on, was 900 megahertz encoded FM radio system, Motorola, SmartNet. I'm not sure which version of SmartNet Motorola, but anyhow. So this thing has a really, really just a bunch of cool features on it. And it's very, very simple. And now I'm back to the map. And you can see I am on dual channel. So we're actually monitoring emergency medical services. And I'm monitoring Mount Vernon GMRS repeater. Okay. So this is what, this is basically what I'm going to be using for GMRS. And maybe a little bit of receiving for emergency medical services in my area. Now, here's some more settings. These are your basic device settings. This volume level right here is actually pretty damn loud. So I tried it all the way up and in the middle, and it's just way too loud, man. Squelch, I would keep that basically right there at the default. Okay, that's see how as soon as I touch it, the radio squelch. Yeah, man, it's very, very fast. No delays. I would keep squelch level at 2. This is for your wired microphone. Okay, so the microphone also has a speaker in it. All right, so you can turn that on. You can turn it off, or you can have it on auto. Device speaker. This can come on. Auto is actually basically switching in between device. So if I wanted to hear the audio in my phone from the radio transmissions, I can. So say I'm talking on the radio and I want to go downstairs and make a cup of coffee. I can take this phone with me. Okay, since it's Bluetooth 2.0, it's got a pretty decent range on it. I can take this phone with me and not even miss out on the conversation. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And note the fact, you can also use this phone as a PTT mechanism. So I can actually go downstairs, make a cup of coffee, and still transmit and talk to the buds on the airwaves. That is freaking cool. All right, now let's go into general settings. So here you have your APRS settings. You actually have to sign in with your call sign and set that all up to be able to use those APRS functions and features and stuff like that. You have transmission time limit. You got transmission hold time. You got PTT follow. You got tail elimination, signal preamble, and audio relay. Microphone gain. Wireless mic gain. That's right. You can also buy a Bluetooth wireless microphone to hook up to the radio as well. Headphone mode. And then plus you can constantly keep your headset connected and it'll never switch out of any of the modes at all. It's a couple different modes. Call mode and voice mode. There's your tone. Power saving mode, auto power on. So I keep that on because as soon as I switch the power supply, I don't have to switch on the radio. The radio will come automatically on as soon as power is, hits the cable, man. Of course, there's an automatic shutdown in case you forget to turn the radio off, which is awesome. And then also this option here, enter pairing mode at power on. That means every time it powers on, it's going to ask you to pair your device if you're using multiple devices. So that kind of makes it simple and easy. All right, patrol system ID. That's kind of for the map that we're on. Like I say, anybody who is using this app, if they want to put in their location and their information, whether you're a repeater station or a GMRS straight up base station, you can do just that. So we can come on the map, and I'm not going to do it. I have a lot of people programmed in the map that I talk to and I have talked to, and their locations are basically spot on. We're not going to give those out. But this whole system it is so cool. I mean, I've been into the radio thing for quite a long time now, and technology is just getting easier and easier and better. This here is showing your battery voltage. We're sitting at 14.3. Now, if you go adjust your power supply and bring it back down to, say, let's say 13.8, you would have to back out of device settings, go back into settings, and you'll see that change. All right, and here we'll go into ID signaling. Okay, so if I have all my information paired up with my device, the ID signaling will come up on the map with my information and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. You can also share your radio. You can also internet share. And we're not going to get into all of that. And here's enabling the APRS format. And it's just a really cool device. There's so much you can do with this thing. You got channel group manager, channel manager, offline maps. You got simple mode, imperial units, keep screen on at all times. That thing's receiving right now, man. One of my emergency response frequencies. I'm telling you, man, these things are awesome. Of course, here again is your microphone gain stuff. Save your voice history. That means anytime you key up and transmit, you'll keep a log of what you were talking about. I mean, literally, you hit the play and you get to hear your voice again. I mean, it's so cool. Here's your PTT lock, so you don't hit none of the buttons. All the buttons are disabled on the microphone. It's also got Morse code options and words per minute. Okay, so pitch, that's the different frequency of the tone. Start transmission signal, end transmission signal, DTMF speed. All right, so the transmission that you just heard come over the radio is actually data logged in here. Okay, so I just wanted to show that real quick and turn the phone up.
Highway, acting lane, traumatic injury, ALS. Paramedic on the 399 is due 12 10 off the 1447.
All right, so what I'm going to do here now is just key up the Retevis RT99 and let you hear a little bit of the FM modulation that comes with it. WRWS 512, WRWS 512, repeater test. WRWS 512, standing by on repeater. WRWS 512 on repeater, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Well, guys, this about sums up the review. And I actually enjoy doing this for you guys. You know, ground control is never going to steer you wrong. But I can tell you what, this thing is built with very good quality. I am highly impressed. Retevis, high five, a good job. And let me tell you what, guys. You can't get any easier programming a UHF or VHF radio. Not at all. Okay? So, if you want to know more and you're interested, go get you one. They run about $160. Not very expensive at all. Well, guys, Ground Control 204. I appreciate you tuning in to all the YouTubers, radio heads, and amplifier addicts. 73.